Welcome back. We are in the final rotation here at the Gwinnett Center for the SEC Gymnastics Championship. The Georgia Gym Dogs need a 49.5 to tie Alabama. Alabama finished up. They have a 197.95, and the question now is, will it be enough?
Well, I don't know. It's a great performance for us. I mean, that's our high score for the season. I think we did a great job, and there's a lot of great competition out there. It's tough sitting on the bye, the last rotation, and you just got to hope that that's going to hold up. We ended on our two best events, and I thought we were superb. And when your kids do the best they possibly can, you can't say much more.
Alabama must be pleased with their performance so far, but that is a tough position to be in. This is again where Georgia's rotation schedule gives them the luck of the draw. Finishing on floor, they know what they need.
There you just saw Michelle Gales from Kentucky on vault. Gets a 9.8 for the Wildcats.
And her last performance for Kentucky as a team, she will move on to regional competition. And she told me it was a top goal for her to try to make it into the top 5 in the all-around here. She finishes very strong with this nice handspring front pike. Good height, legs were glued together.
The Arkansas gym backs are on bars in this rotation. And, Laura, we've got to say, all these other gymnasts have the challenge of the fact that Georgia is on floor in this rotation, and this crowd is going to go crazy whenever they do anything.
It is extremely loud in here, and I am sure that this was a discussion that went on between the athletes and the coaches. You're going to need to focus a little extra hard when Georgia's on floor.
Dana McQuillin for Arkansas gets a 9.825 in this routine.
Nice high giant full to a double back. Again, Dana's not throwing huge difficulty, but she's clean and consistent.
One of the most difficult events, perhaps, to compete in a noisy atmosphere would be beam. Orley Szmuch is going to try and do that for Florida.
You can hear the crowd roaring in the background along with the music. It is so tough to compete with all of those distractions going on. Orley hitting her tumble series there right from the mount, handstand layout to a back handspring. There are the chants. Many of these teams have practiced in their own home gyms, giving themselves these kind of distractions, pumping up the music, bringing in fans to yell and scream, doing anything that they can to create a distraction and force the athlete to fight through it mentally. Here we go with the dismount. Round off, double back. She looked a little slow heading into it, but what a landing. A great routine for Orley. Look at the score.
A 9.925 ties a career high for Orley Szmuch. I'd say, that distraction didn't bother her too much.
This is another one of those athletes, similar to Corey Fritzinger. She loves being in those high-pressure situations and almost always comes through. Once again, she does the job for Florida.
And now on to the gym dogs, Britney Smith. She has 2 10s on floor this season. Now consider, we said they need a 49.5, which means every gymnast must average a 9.9. She's got to have a big score.
And that means clean landings for Georgia. Whip to double pike. There's one down. I noticed during warm-up, Georgia had a little bit of a struggle here. Remember, this floor is on top of the ice, not on top of a basketball court that they're used to competing on. That reduces a little bit of that spring, makes the surface a little harder. It'll show up in the big skills like the full in, and sometimes in some of those combination skills like that second pass for Britney. Also take into consideration that this is the 7th rotation. This is the longest meet of the year, even longer than national championship. So they could be fatigued. This is where their conditioning program really will play a part. Last pass, tough for the endurance, double back. Almost got stuck midair there, somehow pulls that landing out. What a fighter. This Georgia team is not going to give anything away at this point.
Well, the crowd wants to 10. I don't know, Lori, they might be a little overzealous here for that routine, but it was a good routine nonetheless for Britney Szmuch. She does her job, a 9.925. As we said, these Gym Dogs need to average a 9.9 just to tie Alabama, so Britney does what she needs to do.
Take a look at some of that big tumbling we saw from her opening pass, a whip back, a no-handed back handspring right into the double pike, and a clean landing.
The fans are chanting UGA. Can they do it? We've got 2 gymnasts left.